Wall. The poet of this poem is V.S. Tedalkar. He is a well-known Marathi poet, and his poem Wall was composed in Marathi before being translated into English. Let us know the summary of each stanza. Stanza 1. I recently took a contract to demolish the walls of buildings. It's not only buildings that have walls, villages do too. And we have heard of world wars fought for the wall of nations. Literal meaning is that the poet has got a contract to destroy buildings. He says that it's not just buildings that have walls, but villages do too. For a better understanding, he refers to world wars and how they are fought between nations and the walls that define them. Metaphoric meaning: these walls around villages and countries cannot be broken because they are built out of hatred, revenge, and anger. These walls have the essence of language, caste, creed, and religion that make their foundation stronger. According to the poet, these walls should be destroyed in order to restore peace and harmony. Stanza 2. I don't know how many generations have gone by, but these walls, built by grandpas of that time, are really tough. Did they need to be so hardened to protect human beings? The literal meaning of this stanza is that the walls are not recently built but constructed by the forefathers, and those walls are really tough to even demolish. The poet poses a question: if were the walls really necessary to safeguard humans? Metaphoric meaning of the stanza is that the walls of discrimination is not a new or recent thing, but something their ancestors established, and still people are confined to these walls. The term grandpas alludes to the society's forefathers who paved the road for millions of people. The poet has taken the responsibility to demolish these walls, but they are so hardened to protect fellow humans, and they feel very safe and secure within these confines. And the walls are not built within brick, stone, and cement that can be easily broken, but with prejudice and discrimination. Stanza 3. Many people on many occasions raised their hands against them. For some, their hands became bloodied, while the flags of others succeeded in fluttering. The literal meaning of this stanza is that the ones who tried to demolish these walls have got their hands blooded, not dusted but blooded, whereas the ones who wanted to restore the walls emerged victorious, at least up to this point of time. Metaphoric meaning of this stanza. When people tried to revolt against the confines of these walls of bigotry, they were not sustained. As a result, a large number of innocent persons have been lynched with little regard for their lives. Social activists, and reformers have raised their voices in protest against inhumanity. Yet their hands have been stained with blood. In the last two lines, it is signified that the ones who want to protect the walls are given a royal welcome where they turn up triumphant. Stanza 4. Just the other day, reading history, I realized my eyes had been entombed in walls, and my organs of sense lay mutely by those walls like motionless refugees. The true meaning of this stanza is that he mentions the time when he read history and how it dawns on him that his vision was covered with walls and his sense organs could not be persuaded to do anything. There is a comparison drawn between immovable sense organs and agitated refuges. Metaphoric meaning of the stanza is that his eyes are engraved in these walls and they cannot look beyond, and all his sense organs are dead to the world as they cannot and do not react because they are not exposed to something outside. His sense organs are so rigid and determined to not come out of cramped setting. His he compares his sense organs to motionless refugees because, like them, his sense organs are too frightened and clueless as to how to approach the whole situation and feels like they are stuck in a land or circumstance that is alien to them. Stanza 5. On inquiring, I found out the walls themselves had drugged them with opium. Maybe that's why I see even today machinations in walls. Literal meaning of this stanza is that, continuing the previous stanza, realizes that the walls have been intoxicated with substance like optimum, and probably that's the reason that he can see conspiracy and plots that have contributed to making his thinking befuddled. Metaphoric meaning: the intoxicated substance that the poet refers to is the evils of the society and takes people away from their senses. This intoxicating substance of social evils waters the human brain and manners is it rigorously, which results in destruction of generations of thinking and end of innocent lives. Vaccinations means that those people still keeping scheming against each other about how to discriminate against each other on basis of caste, creed, and so on. Stanza 6. Engrossed in politely hiding that they are slaves of the age, I myself should break down these walls and become a compass to them. That's why, with a special purpose, I have taken this job. It won't be finished right away, but I too don't wish. The literal meaning of this stanza is that, as mentioned earlier, that he wants to demolish the walls and save people it inside the confinement. He takes on the assignment of serving the special purpose, but the job cannot be finished immediately, and somewhere even the poet wants the change to happen gradually. Metaphoric meaning of this lesson of this stanza is that he has the confidence to break these barriers down, but it will take time. He goes on to say that he does not wish to dismantle these barriers straight immediately, since they have affected people and their history for a long time, necessitating a space for people's minds to transit. Because the poet was the first to break through the wicked boundaries, he positions himself as the society's guide. The poet has used the figurative term compass to denote his role as the relational society guide. Stanza 5. Once I have smashed these walls, new houses will take birth, spacious and lovely. Only those who can endure space wide enough to gallop in should live, or else they are welcome to die. I'll offer a memorial prayer and be done with it. The literal meaning of the stanza. The preceding excerpt implies that the poet would demolish the walls, resulting in the creation of new houses, and so it is summons to the people to enter the new house, and the new houses will be spacious and lovely. And the poet strictly states that only those who have no restrictions or plotting against each other can stay there, otherwise the new place is equivalent to a graveyard, and says that he cannot do much for them except offer a prayer. Metaphoric meaning of this stanza is that new homes represent a logical society in which all language and other cultural differences, such as creed, race, and caste, are abolished. People are viewed as improved personalities when their thoughts are updated, allowing them to move into new dwellings that are vast and gorgeous, spacious, and lovely. Figuratively alludes to people's broad mindedness, and when their perspective is enlarged, love and pleasure instantly encamp the community. People's perceptions of society are constructed when they are narrow minded, and issues occur as a result. The terms spacious and lovely have been used by Dadalkar to present the happy life of individuals in a rationalized society.